Historically, fortunes have been made more often in times of great economic downturns than in times of great prosperity. We are in the midst of the worst depression in most of our lives, and there has never been a better time to make a lot of money and do some good in the world at the same time. Most people will tell you that now is not the time to start a business. Now is not the time to take a risk. You need to hold on to that crummy job, just over broke, because it pays, and it's hard to find a job right now. These people will tell you that you are crazy for taking a chance. Everyone is one of those people at some point, scared to take a chance. But not you. Not anymore. In fact, it is precisely because of those people that now is the time to start your own thing. Why? Because no one else is. Everyone is scared to think outside the box. And that's why you're going to make your fortune, while they toil away and save jobs, with all those great benefits, insurance that they pay for, loss of time and freedom, bending to the will of others, paying more taxes than the average millionaire, and so on. So what should you tell those people about why you're starting a new business and what it's all about? Nothing. Don't tell anyone anything about your plans. There are two reasons for this. First, statistically, you are less likely to follow through with your plans if you start blabbing about them. The reason is that you subconsciously feel as though you have already accomplished them simply by discussing them, which makes you less active in actually fulfilling them. How many times has someone told you their great plan to make money and then never followed through with anything? My guess is 1,000,000. Second, people will tell you that you are crazy, dumb, or both. They will come up with all kinds of reasons and excuses to try to talk you out of doing anything. Deep down, no one wants their friends and coworkers to do better than them. That's why you simply don't say anything. So now you know what not to tell people. Now you're asking yourself what kind of business to start and not tell anyone about. Well, I could give you all kinds of ideas about businesses to start, but they wouldn't mean anything. Deep down, in your heart of hearts, you know the type of business you want to start. You may not be able to put your finger on it yet, but you will, eventually. I spent years trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I knew what I didn't want. I didn't want to wake up every morning, put on clothes I didn't want to wear, rush out the door to sit in traffic for an hour, get to a job I hated, let them tell me when I could take my break, then sit in traffic for another hour to get home. All for what is now, in hindsight, a crummy paycheck. Now I wake up when I want to, which is actually much earlier than I ever woke up when I hated my job. I work from my home office, and I usually wear a pair of black shorts to work. I get most of my business done in the morning and spend the rest of the day doing whatever I want, which is usually still work-related. You'll find you work much harder when you love what you do. Anyway, back to what type of business to start. What I used to do was visualize what I wanted. I didn't know exactly what type of business it would be, but I picture myself dressed well and spending most of my workday driving to appointments. I'm a real estate investor, so most of my time is spent driving to people's houses to see if I want to buy them. The houses, not the people. Before I knew what I wanted to do, I already had a vision of how I would do it. I used to live in a tiny one-bedroom apartment. Technically, it was the worst place I ever lived. In reality, it was the best. That was my laboratory. I would sit and write lists of what I could do and what I couldn't. I tried to figure out where and how I could start a business. I wrote notes to myself with my goals on them and taped them all over the walls. People who came over thought I was crazy, but those little notes worked. I suggest you do the same. The motivation they provide is incredible. The best one I had was taped across my computer monitor. It read, I will be in business for myself by a specific date. And you know what? I was in business for myself by that date. If you want to start your own business, I suggest living a very Spartan lifestyle. I don't mean killing Persians. I mean getting rid of things you don't need. There's no point in paying a $3,000 mortgage if you can rent for $900. There's no point in leasing a Jaguar for $1,000 a month if you can buy a reliable Toyota for $6,000. There's no point in eating out every night if you can survive on soup and a cheese sandwich. Now is not the time to be wasteful with your money. You need every dime you can get your hands on, and it's okay to live modestly for a while. It will pay off in the end. Ask yourself these questions. Will this $150 cable and streaming bill with hundreds of channels help me reach my goals? If the answer is no, cancel it. Will going out tonight and spending $120 on food and drinks help me reach my goals? If the answer is no, don't do it. For your business, choose something you love or something you're truly skilled at. Devote your time and energy to that endeavor. Start reading books every week. I don't mean the latest thriller or romance novel. Read autobiographies of successful people. Read books related to your chosen field. Read business books. Read personal development books. Read everything you can get your hands on. And never stop. Start exercising. A healthy body is a healthy mind. You'll need stamina to build your own business. There will be stressful times ahead, and being in good physical shape will help you endure them. Lay off cigarettes and alcohol too. They do nothing to help you achieve your goals. Even if you don't have a business idea yet, you're preparing for an opportunity. Opportunity comes to those who are prepared. In fact, there is an opportunity waiting for you right now. What will you do when it appears? Will you seize it or let it pass you by? Leave a like and subscribe. Share your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, be bold, be determined,